Hey, hello everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are joining us from. My name is Christine Kim, and I'm the founder of My Dog is My Home. And it is my privilege to welcome all of you to My Dog is My Home's fourth annual co-sheltering conference. I'd like to acknowledge that this virtual conference is at least partially being brought to you from lands that were once stewarded by the Lenape people, which is known today as New York City. I would also like to recognize that territory acknowledgements by themselves have become a commonplace part of meetings and conferences. And My Dog is My Home would like to do better at meaningfully incorporating and reflecting on the through line of stolen land, disproportionately high rates of homelessness in the Native population, and the outlook and relationships Native people have with animals. I offer this up as a self-criticism of My Dog is My Home and a commitment to do better in the meetings we create moving forward. I will be your MC for the next 3 days, and I'm looking forward to holding this space for all of us to connect, to learn, and to engage our whole selves for the purpose of transforming pathways to housing for people and animals together. My Dog is My Home is a national nonprofit organization that is based in the United States, and our mission is to increase access to shelter and housing for people experiencing homelessness with animals. We do that through our 3 pillars of programming. The first is storytelling. We create platforms for people with lived experience of homelessness with their animals to tell their stories and share how and why recognizing the human-animal bond contributes to an end to homelessness. The people directly impacted by homelessness have the most to gain, and they have so much to contribute to systems change. The second is community building. This encompasses our efforts to create relationships between people and organizations that would normally not interact with each other. We need opportunities to be in community with others, work alongside one another, and learn from the experiences and wisdom of our peers. And last but not least, technical assistance. For those organizations that need more one-to-one support to get to the next step in keeping people experiencing homelessness together with their animals when they need them the most, we are available to assist. My Dog is My Home is also celebrating its 10-year anniversary, along with 2 other organizations that we want to recognize for their meaningful partnership with us. Urban Resource Institute's People and Animal Living Safely program in New York City, and the Found House Pet Support Program in Cincinnati, Ohio. These are 2 human services programs also celebrating their 10-year anniversary of their pet programs. Congratulations to all of us for seeing a decade of this work. I think among the 3 organizations that I just named celebrating our 10-year anniversary, we can all recall back to 10 years ago when we were just getting started, and we were met with strange looks and blank stares, perhaps even laughed out of meetings. Our goals to keep people and animals together through homelessness and domestic violence seemed not just unrealistic, but frivolous to others, a pet project, if you will. Here we are a decade later. Our goals are not frivolous. Supporting whole families has had a profound impact on the lives of the individual people and animals served, but it is also an entry point for so much more. We recognize that what is good for ending human homelessness is also good for ending animal homelessness. And those things are also good for our particular slice of the movement, increasing access to shelter and housing for people experiencing homelessness with animals. In short, when we zoom out, we recognize that together we thrive. This conference and this organization sits within a larger movement to end homelessness for people and for animals. That is the vision. And to put it simply, the solution to ending homelessness is for all of us to work together to provide and preserve homes. It is at this conference that we would also like to unveil our new vision statement, which was painstakingly and lovingly crafted over many meetings and conversations. We envision a world where all people have the agency to define for themselves who is included in their families and choose dignified, animal-inclusive homes that are abundant and accessible. We are proud and excited by our new vision statement. And My Dog is My Home would like to thank Kate Atima at PetSmart Charities for guiding us through the process to revise our strategic plan, during which we finalized our new vision statement. It's quite a process. The joy that all the sticky notes and arrows brings Kate is quite special, and we are grateful to be the recipients of her time and her talents. Thank you very much to Kate. So, a little about the conference that we have just kicked off. This space is lovingly developed and held for you in recognition that we as an organization are small and the problem is big. Our greatest chance of success is to spread out the knowledge, ownership, and the conviction that we can do things differently. It is also in recognition that while we dedicate ourselves wholeheartedly to preserving that bond between people and their animals in circumstances of homelessness, and we feel it is deeply important, it is not the most important thing. Our issue is not the center of the universe. It is one of many important issues at hand, and it is all connected. My Dog is My Home creates the space to reimagine homeless services and animal welfare ecosystems that are equitable, effective, compassionate, trauma-informed, and that reach across disciplines and boundaries. As we invest our time and our labor in a better, more dignified quality of life for our communities that include people and families with animals, we must continue to recognize the intersection of homelessness, housing, animal welfare, trauma-informed care, accessibility and disability justice, racial justice, and economic justice. We need to invest in infrastructures that safety nets that sustain partnerships across disciplines and focus our commitments on solutions that allow individuals and families to thrive versus survive. This is the underlying outlook that continues to drive the development of this conference year after year. The development of the conference was a lot of hard work, and there is a dedicated team of people who came together to make up the Co-Sheltering Conference Steering Committee this year. I would like to take a moment to thank our brilliant and committed steering committee members, which are made up of volunteers, board members, and staff who came together to contribute their time, their labor, and their brainpower, all of which are limited resources. So much thanks and appreciation to, in alphabetical order, Allison Cardona, Anne English, Dorit Dowler Guerrero, Jillian McMillian, Nancy Pascal, Shoshana Mostaller, Vanessa Hidden, and Vicky Ramirez. But it wasn't just the steering committee behind the scenes of this conference. There's a team of other volunteers, interns, staff, and tech people who have all left their mark on this year's event. It takes a village to put this together, so thank you to the talented folks who pitched in to make these 3 days a reality. In alphabetical order, thank you to Amy Thompson, Carol St. Hilaire, Elizabeth Anderson, Jason Gall, Jeff Dupay, Mason Castillo, Kendra Moody, Kim Naseth, Layla Thompson, Miguel Ruelas, Rose Gaffney, and Vincent Ducarn. Now, everyone, please join me in thanking all of these extraordinary people by participating in what is known as a chatterfall. Everyone take 10 seconds to open the Whova chat. Write something nice in acknowledgement of all the hard work our steering committee put in, but don't press send yet. Once you're done writing your acknowledgement, wait for my cue to press send so all of the appreciation comes in at once, creating what's known as a very lovely chatterfall. So everyone go ahead and take your 10 seconds. And again, take that 10 seconds to open up your Whova chat. Think of something nice to say to our steering committee members for putting this conference together for you. And just wait for my cue to go ahead and press send so that it all comes in at the same time. Okay, so I think that was about 10 seconds. Now, 1, 2, 3. Everyone hit send. Thank you. Thank you for participating, everyone. This is lovely. And of course, none of this would be possible without our very generous sponsors. Thank you to our conference's platinum underwriter, Maddie's Fund, a national family foundation established by Dave and Cheryl Duffield to revolutionize the status and well-being of companion animals. Thank you to our conference champion, Michelson Found Animals. And on the advocate level, thank you to the ASPCA. Our sponsors who came in at the friend level, thank you to Lil Bub's Big Fund and pethelpfinder.org. And on the supporter level, thank you to Catalyst Business Innovations and Red Rover. And of course, our virtual coffee hour sponsor, Demitas. Again, we thank you for your support. This would not be possible without you. If you'd like to learn more about our sponsors, please go to the Sponsor Center in Hoover, where you can read about the sponsors and have access to the links to their website, as well as handouts and videos. As usual, conference sessions are being recorded and will be uploaded to the Hoover app for on-demand viewing for up to 3 months after the conference ends. The only thing that won't be recorded are the breakout discussions and the coffee hour. So in the event that you need tech assistance related to your experience in Hoover, please feel free to reach out to support@hoover.com. Now, for those of you who are returning conference attendees, you'll notice a few things are different about our conference this year. Year over year, our conference content grew exponentially, splitting our audience into smaller and smaller groups for competing tracks that would take place simultaneously. This year, we are bringing things back to a simpler format where we move through the conference together. After all, the point of an interdisciplinary conference is to facilitate relationships and learning that transcend professional boundaries. But fewer tracks doesn't necessarily mean less opportunity. For 2024, we are bringing you more connection, more story, more engagement, more breaks, and more creativity. This year's conference theme is Together We Thrive. We thought about what this meant both as a product and as a process. We believe that people and animals thrive together. We believe that professionally, partnerships across the human services and animal welfare fields will help us create the world where people and animals can thrive. Thus, we need to create the conditions for our fields to come together and thrive, both in practice and in our learning environments. So again, we are excited to bring you more connection, more story, more engagement, more breaks, and more creativity. At our conferences, we always lead with story. But this year, we are asking you to be more than a passive observer of story. You will be asked to apply yourselves to story as well. On days 2 and 3 of the conference, we will be utilizing small group discussions for you to map out systemic barriers from real life case examples, and then to apply yourselves and your organizations to the story and see where you might be able to collaborate to support a positive outcome. After the small group discussions, you will all then come back together for a presentation to hear from the groups that actually supported the case in real life. During their presentation, you will learn about how they worked together to support that family and others like them. You'll also notice this year that we have 15-minute arts and culture sessions sprinkled throughout the program. We want to celebrate the talents and contributions of individuals with lived experience of homelessness and other stewards of creativity in this community. Our performers and artists will share their stories and showcase their artistic expression in these 15-minute sessions. creativity also enhances our ability to retain information. Through engaging with various forms of expression, we aim to enrich the conference experience and facilitate a deeper understanding of the vital topics we'll explore together. We have some amazing performers and artists lined up for you, so please don't miss these sessions. We also want you to get your creativity flowing, not just be passive observers of other people's creativity. In our Whova Artifact Center, you will find a special Co-Sheltering Conference 2024 Together We Thrive coloring book. Please print out the pages at home, and we encourage you, all of you, to use these pages to doodle, color, take notes, or make paper airplanes. So for our mobile users on the home screen, you would scroll down to the Additional Resources section and tap Posters. For our web browser users, on the main side menu, click Agenda and then click Posters. That will take you to what is known as our Artifact Center. And in our Artifact Center, you'll see a long list of pre-recorded presentations for you to browse and watch on demand at any time for up to 3 months after the conference ends. You'll find a variety of topics covered, from access to veterinary care to trauma-informed design. But to find the coloring book, scroll down to the item called Unleash Your Creativity with My Dog is My Home's Conference Coloring Book. Not only do we encourage you to use these coloring pages, but we encourage you to use them as you are participating in the conference sessions. Doodling and drawing during a lecture can enhance information retention by providing a multi-sensory experience that stimulates different parts of the brain. Engaging in visual activities like doodling helps reinforce connections between concepts, leading to improved memory, recall, and comprehension of the material presented. So everyone, I implore you, please doodle during class. Remember that on Whova, you can very easily connect with other audience members. You can also send each other messages and create meetups that are separate from the official conference content. So I encourage you all to use those functions to create community.